welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a super different video because in all honesty, I cannot do another hair video, guys. Like, to be quite honest, I will literally fall asleep like I'm over it. So I need a little break, but I didn't want to stop making videos. I'm going to do a little mukbang. No, but I have Chipotle here. And I'm also going to tell you guys a story. I feel like that this story could really inspire some people. And also, I just want to let you guys know a little bit about what's going on in my personal life because I never share anything about my personal life. And I know that. So I'm going to be a little bit open on this video. I have my, oh, why does it look like that? I have my, sorry about the lighting. Sorry about the camera lens that I'm using. My regular camera lens that I normally use, I'm not using that today, so. It's a veggie Chipotle bow. I let them put the guacamole on my burrito. I like to put it on there myself because they be doing too much. When you tell them to put guacamole, they be like, oh, okay. Like, put a lot on there. I'm like, why did you do that? I also got me a Heyyyy grapefruit Heyyyy. I don't get the soda that is in the fountain drinks because it's filled with a bunch of crap. This is like sparkling water, but it tastes like soda a little bit. Yeah. October 12th, 2017. That day is the day that I really made a huge life decision. Like, my livelihood was at risk when I made this decision. And that decision was to quit the job that I was working. Honestly, the most bold thing I've ever done in my life, in my personal life. So, yeah. My sauce is better on your Chipotle. I don't know how to get the food in the camera. Anyways, I posted questions on my Instagram, and honestly, you know how like you put on Instagram like the ask me questions? Those are always highly viewed stories for some reason. I don't know why. But when I put the ask me questions on Instagram, people view that story a lot more than they view any of my other stories. So I was getting a lot of questions asked, mainly about my relationship. People like asking about relationship, but then someone asked me like, what do I do? They're like, what do you do? Like, do you have a regular job? And I kind of laughed. I was talking to my boyfriend. I was like, this is funny because I haven't worked at a corporate job since 2017, so it's been a year now. Just passed, yeah. October just passed, so it's been a year now. And I don't really think of stuff as being like regular jobs anymore, but I know this just come out of 9 to 5. It's kind of funny because people like, what do you do? And I'm like, I do what I want. You know, like, I'm just creating. That's what I'm doing. I'm creating, and I'm building my company, and I'm trying my best to do what makes me feel very, very accomplished and abundant. And that's the reason why I quit my job, is because it wasn't making me feel abundant. Like, it was taking away instead of adding. So let me tell you a little background before I get into that. First, let's take another. So good. I had a really nice job. I started working in my job when I was 20 years old. I'm 25 now. I started working my job when I was 20 years old. I was 20, but I was turning 21 very soon. And when I was working at that job, for my age that I was making a lot of money. Like, even now, if I was still working there, I was making a lot of money. It was a corporate job, an office job, and they paid really well. People my age, like my friends and stuff that are my age and stuff, they were not, like, that was a really good paying job. I'm just telling you guys that to let you know a little background. I wasn't working like a little petty job that my bills didn't count on. I was working a job that my whole entire life counted on and my bills did count on. It was really hard for me because when I first started working there, I loved that job and that was what I needed to be doing at that moment. But then quickly after, working there for like a year, I started to feel like, even though this is good money, like I don't want to work here anymore. And even they sent us home to work. Like I was working from home and I still didn't want to work there anymore. So you know my job was like draining if I was working from home and I still didn't want to work there. So fast forward to the time when it was time for me to go. So I quit my job in 2017. I'm 25 now and I started when I was 20. And a lot of good things happened at that job. That job was meant to be in my life at that moment. That's a huge part of my life. If I wouldn't have been at that job, a lot of things wouldn't have happened for me. So I'm very thankful for that job. But once all the things that were supposed to happen happened, God now was saying to me, you have to go to a different spot in your life. Like this job no longer serves you. Of course, I wasn't really listening. I was like, no, I'm not leaving that job. And I was like, tell my friends and stuff. I would tell like people and I'd be like, I want to quit. And they'd be like, are you serious? Like, why would you ever want to quit that job? That job, you know how many people would love to have your job? And I'm like, they can actually have this job. So what I did is I set a date for myself and I said, okay, by October 25th, I'm going to quit my job. I was writing down affirmations. I was writing down all this stuff in my book that I write in constantly. Like I have a binder, a huge binder that I write in constantly about everything that I want in my life. And I write letters to God and everything. Like I just write in there everything. And I was like, on this day, I'm going to quit. I'm going to quit my job. So October came and I was like, dang, October's here. And I was like, okay, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna quit my job anymore. Cause I don't, like, yeah, I was doing YouTube, but YouTube for me wasn't like my main job at the time. I was making pretty good money on YouTube because around that time, actually my views were very high. So I was making a really good income from YouTube, to be honest. And then I had sponsorships and stuff. But still I was like, this may not be forever. This job is like security. And I know that every 2 weeks I'm gonna get a check from here. Rather than YouTube, I don't know. So that's what I did. I was like, okay, like that's what I was waiting out for myself. Basically what I did is I was like, October came and I was like, I'm gonna quit my job in October, but I'm not gonna quit it now. I'm gonna wait till like the last week of October. Like I'm gonna wait till October 31st. Girl, this is how the universe works. Because literally, I told myself that I was like, I'm not gonna quit, but God probably knew. He's probably like, no, if she waits, she's not gonna do it. So let me tell you what happened. I was literally, and I can talk about this because I know I'm not gonna ever need that job again. I'm not gonna ever go back to that job again. So I'm gonna tell you guys. I was supposed to go into work, and I have never been late to work the whole time I worked there because I always knew that I needed to be on time to work. On October 12th, I was late to work. And that's like a huge deal because the job I worked at, like you cannot be late to work. So I was like, and the reason why I was late was just so off that I knew that it was a sign for me to leave. Because normally I would not be late because of that reason. So I was late by like 40 or 30 minutes to work. And so when I got to work, when I got to my computer, I was like, you know what? It's time for me to go now because that was just a sign. That, like when God gives me signs, when God gives you a sign, you have to take it. Because when you don't take it, now He has to show you. Now you have to get a lesson from Him. And when you get a lesson from God, like He has to make sure you learn. So a lot of times when you get like huge things that happen in your life that are not something that normally happens, always take that as a sign that this is what you're supposed to be doing. So that's what I did. I was like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. If I would have never been 30 to 40 minutes late to work if I wasn't supposed to be here. So I went ahead and put in my 2 weeks. Right then and there, I put in, I was like, okay, I'm leaving. And I remember like, my mom is always very supportive of me. It's not too much stuff that I do that she'd be like, oh, you shouldn't do that. But of course, people that are around you, they love you. They don't want you to go through things. They see that you're always in a good place financially and they don't want anything to happen. So of course, some people are like, oh my God, like you shouldn't have did that. Like you should have thought about this and that and that. But I knew that I was supposed to do that. So I wasn't worried about it. So yeah, I quit my job. What's happening since I quit my job? Well, I've been building my own career. I've had more time for myself and more time to do stuff that I want to do, and not just YouTube. YouTube's actually a very small part of what I do. My biggest part is me doing my hair products. That's like a very, very fun thing for me to do, and I really love to do that. So I know that that is going to get me even further and deeper into more things that I love to do. So as of right now, I'm just doing my hair care line. And then as far as me suffering, am I suffering now? Do I have less now? No. I actually make more money now, and God just looks out for me, to be honest. So I don't have to worry about it being like, I don't ever be like, ho, ho, ho. I have moved into a huge apartment that is bigger than the apartment that I had before. It's brand new. They built it up from the ground. I'm the first person to live in it. It's amazing. It looks beautiful. So to be honest, me now versus me then, I'm actually in a better place, and I can feel myself going up, 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 up. Like, it's like getting better, better, and better. And if I would have stayed at that job, who knows, I would have just been holding on to a security, like a secure check, but I still would have been like empty towards that job and empty inside when it comes to my career. So I'm glad that I did do it. I'm more free now to do what I want. I can go on trips when I want to go on trips. I can do like anything that I want to do, as long as I don't have work that needs to be done. Like when it comes to my business, I can go and do it. So that I like that, having that freedom. When I quit my job, I did have money in my savings account to get me through for like 5 months. 5 months consistently, I was just living off of my savings account. And then when that money started getting low, something else came to where I was able to still be financially stable. So that's like how it is. When God tells you to do something, He's not gonna just leave you out. He's not gonna just say, oh, do this, and then you just be shit out of luck. You know, like, He's not gonna do that. So that's kind of how you have to think about it. I'm not telling you guys to go and quit your job. Some people love their job. Some people are fulfilled at their job. But if you are unfulfilled at your job and you're not happy with your job, either go get another one or pray and see what it is that you need to be doing, and like, God will lead you to it. You don't have to rely on anything or anybody to do anything for you, as long as you are in faith, and as long as you really believe in your story of where you want to go and what you want to accomplish, then you can do it, and you don't need any job to be there to be like a safety net, because really there's no safety net if you think about it. Because your job can literally, like, one day you can come into your job and they can be like, oh, we don't need you anymore. Yeah, jobs do that, and they do it until they don't need you anymore. Like, they'll let you work that entire day, and then they'll be like, oh, by the way, you're fired. We don't need you anymore. So, you know, they use you to their advantage. So don't ever feel like that, you know, you can't do something because your security will be gone. Because really there's no security. There's only protection, and the only protection that you truly have is from, in my opinion, is from God in heaven. Like, nothing else is gonna really protect you like that. Like, stuff can be here now, gone tomorrow in no time. So don't be afraid to live out your dreams and do what you want to do. Chipotle beef is so stingy with their pico. I don't have a lot in here. Chipotle has organic tofu. I like Chipotle because it's kind of like healthy fast food. Another thing is my hair care line that I have, it just fell in my lap. Like, I did not have no idea I was gonna be doing that. Thanks to you guys and the people who constantly support me, and thanks to God that I'm even able to do something like this, because I would have never imagined. Like, honestly, I would never imagine And now that I'm doing it, I'm like, oh, I like this. This is fun. Because at first I was like, oh my God, like I can't do this all by myself, Oh, I can't do it. And then God sent me help, and now I'm just like, I love doing this because I like to be able to create and like do little creative things and think of little like creative ways to do my labels and stuff like that. That part is very fun to me. It's helping you guys a lot, and it's also helping me to be more creative. So when something's helping benefiting you and others, that's like the jackpot of you to keep going, because you know when you're helping others, that's a wonderful feeling. I should put up some of my law of attraction or like some exercises that I do to help myself be more fearless, because that's what it is. It's fear, and fear only comes from you not believing in a certain thing, mostly yourself. So I really can't believe that I'm like this good though, because when I first quit I was like, dang, I'm gonna be like out on these streets. But I'm so good when it comes to that type of thing. You know, like this is only God. Like this is only God, because I'm so good. I do have to be more on my stuff. Like I have to be more like focused, because if I'm not focused and I don't keep my eyes on the prize, then there's not this huge like company here telling me to be like, you better know yourself. It's me. It has to be me. It all comes from me. So in some ways it can be hard, challenging. Let's see, what else have I been doing? Oh yeah, I started to homeschool my daughter, because I was like, I'm not working right now, and during the day I have time to do it, so why not just homeschool her? Because I don't like the school system. I don't like the way they teach kids. I don't like the way they don't go over certain aspects of spirituality and stuff, and I think that's very important. So that's why I decided to homeschool my daughter. And once again, I got a lot of backlash from people thinking that I'm not gonna do the right thing. Oh, don't homeschool her, send her to school. Why? You do not send your kids to school, you know, to be taught by someone else. You can do it yourself, or you can hire a teacher at your house. Like, it doesn't have to always be the traditional way just to be right. But people are stuck into this ideal of tradition, and it scares them when you do stuff differently. But doing stuff differently gets you further in life, in my experience. I'm getting so full. I only ate half of this. I be watching some mukbangs or mukbangs, and they be eating so much food. I'm like, how are you eating that much? What? But I love watching them though. They be eating so bad too. Let me know down in the comments below, what are you gonna challenge yourself to do? Well, we only have like, what? We only have 2 months left of 2018. So what are you gonna do that's like a challenge, or like something to make yourself feel more abundant, something to make you feel more happier and more joy? So even if it's releasing a partner that you're with, even if it's releasing a job that's been holding you back, that you're not happy at anymore, even if it's releasing a home that you no longer want, sometimes you just have to let go of stuff. You can't just be like, ugh, because when you hold on to stuff, that doesn't do anything. You can't hold on to anything. Let me know down in the comments. So, and also, how do you guys like this video? Is something that you'd like to see more on my channel? You can go ahead and thumbs up this video so that I can know that you guys want to see this type of content, because I need something more on my channel. And honestly, I love watching mukbang. Alright guys, I will see you in my next one. Bye!